Hey guys, today we got the JLT oil catch can. Bought this from Lethal Performance. We're going to unbox it. The installation is going to be very simple and straightforward, so that part of the video will not be that long. But after that, we're going to be discussing on what a catch can is, what it does, and why it will be beneficial to install. It doesn't add any horsepower. It doesn't make any cool noises. All it does is just remove oil particulates that's coming from your crankcase that gets re-injected into your intake. So it just helps not gunk up your intake valves. Right, here it is. Came with pre-formed connections. So that is going to be awesome. Got a sticker. You have instructions, which obviously it's simple since it's only like half a sheet of that. But now let's go install it. So this oil separator comes in two components. So you have this kind of like steel wire mesh. So all the gases coming out of the crankcase is just going to come in through this point, go through. This mesh is going to help drop any of those particles out, just basically make those particles kind of come together, form bigger droplets where they can't free flow through that gas, and they will drop out into the little can, and then we'll just basically go back through into your intake. So that's basically a simplified way of just extracting those oil particulates. Okay guys, this mod is so easy that my wife is going to put it in. Since everything is pre-formed, it's just a matter of taking out the old tube and then putting in the new oil catch can. So first step is just to disconnect it to the supercharger, then disconnect it right there. Boom, and that's it. So there's like little clippy tabs that you gotta pull back to lift up on that stuff to get it out. There we go. See, it is that simple, guys. There we go. So let me know what you guys think. I want to possibly hydro dip the oil catch can, maybe with this carbon fiber look. Let me know down in the comments below. I just want to let you guys know that there's two oil catch cans that you can install on the Shelby, okay? You have the passenger side that we just installed right here. Then you have the driver side, which would be installed right here. People don't typically install the driver side oil catch can. For some reason, it doesn't really have as much like oil, vapors come through that way. So that is just, you can do it. It's probably just a waste of money, but I might do it later down the road just to compare the two, how much oil each one, collects. But that was it. Okay guys, we're going to be covering why a oil catch can is important and what it does. To get into this, I drew up a very basic 4-stroke engine model. So we have the intake valve. The blue dots mean just air. It's irrelevant right now. Then we have the exhaust valve that heads out. Okay, and then we have a piston with rings. And then we have the crankcase with the oil on it. The red dots is just gases, which we'll talk about here in a minute. And then the black dots are going to be oil. During the combustion process, when the air-fuel mixture is ignited, the gases can bypass the piston rings, and this is called blow-through. So these gases will get into the crankcase. And what typically we have is just a line that takes or connects the crankcase to the intake. And what this line is called is a PCV, which is a positive crankcase ventilation. What this does is remove that pressure from the crankcase, because as the gases go through those rings, you do pressurize your crankcase and you don't want to blow anything out. But when the gases get into the crankcase and it's hot, it gets little particles of engine oil entrained with that gas. And if you don't treat it with a oil catch can, these oil particles will work its way back into the intake and it will gunk up your intake valves. But so what an oil catch can does is, with these oil particles, with the gases, when it goes through a little mesh setup where the oil will basically condense with each other and form droplets, and they drop out at the bottom of the catch can, while the gases will continue up into the intake. The reason why manufacturers don't relieve this pressure to the atmosphere is because of emissions. All this gas is untreated or doesn't go through a catalyst, so it will not meet emission specs. So they just recycle it back into the intake. With the intake valve gunked up with oil, it makes the engine perform a little bit less efficient. And what that does is you lose fuel economy and you will lose a little bit of horsepower because it won't seal up properly and other things like that. An oil catch can is a good investment to prevent your engine from running less efficient. They come in several different types, I guess you can say. You can buy the catch can by itself and cut the hoses and crimp the hoses to it, or you can do what I did, was buy a catch can that had preformed hoses that you just had to basically plug and play. As we discussed earlier, on the Shelby there were two catch cans, one on the driver's side, which will take the pressure to the intake, and then one on the passenger side, which takes that pressure to the supercharger. And no, this is not a good way to lubricate your supercharger. You still want to take that oil out. But besides that, let me know if you like this video with an install and a brief explanation on why that part is beneficial to the car, or what problems does it solve. If so, give this video a thumbs up to let me know. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.